Let's do shots. I'm not a dainty like you.
You think I'm dainty?
You're on the verge of being dainty. It's like right at the last second, God was like, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't make him a pussy.
But just dainty. Or just over the line of not being dainty.
Exactly. Like, we're going to make him like Star Trek, but he'll also be kind of into sports.
As I was driving in today, I was listening to, I think it was Conan O'Brien, and he was talking to Zachary Quinto?
Oh, he plays Spock in the new Star Treks.
He does, and they were talking about Spock. He was talking about how J.J. Abrams gave the Spock character.
I thought you were going to say blowjobs.
I mean, potentially. I don't have that information, and that probably wouldn't
I have heard that about him.
Fair enough.
Like, if you start working on one of his sets.
I do know that he does like blowjobs.
No, you're not getting where I'm coming from. If you are an actor, you get picked to be in one of his movies.
J.J. Abrams?
J.J. Abrams.
Okay.
Behind the scenes, they call him B.J. Abrams.
Okay.
Because you have to let him suck your dick.
I have to let him suck my dick?
Exactly, yeah. That way he knows if you're cool or not. It's a pretty good test, to be honest with you. I was thinking about trying it with you, because I'm not 100% sure you're cool.
In the interview, he was talking about how, and I vaguely recall this from the old Star Trek episodes, but Vulcans have to have sex every 7 years or they die. It's called, I'm gonna mangle this because again, it was just me listening on the way in. I think it's called Pon Farr.
I can stick my tongue far up your ass.
They call it Pon Farr. So what is the medical reason that Vulcans would need to have sex every 7 years? Is it all of that semen?
No.
Well, no, because it's the females as well. It's not just Vulcan males, it's Vulcans, period. Why would that be?
I'm going to tell you why most likely that they would die after 7 years. Because I'm at 6 and I'm already thinking about killing myself.
You're going to end it all?
I'm either going to go out on a raping spree or I'm going to end it all.
Why can't it be a raping spree in which you end it all? You want to write that down?
No. I do want to write it down, you son of a bitch. Anywho, how do you write again? All right, so Vulcans have to have sex every 7 years.
Every 7 years or they die. Vulcans, period. Males, females. Wait, children? They just said
That's right.
Vulcans. They didn't preface it with adult. Well, I don't even know what the consenting age.
That's right. So I'd be like
Vulcans
outside their kid's door right at like the 6.5 year mark, just being like, can I go in? Grabbing them by their little stupid ears while you're doing it.
Just yelling Pon Farr the entire time?
No, that's fucking crazy.
Tongue Farr?
You pull their butt cheeks right into your tongue. That'd be funny.
You do that regardless.
I don't know what regardless means.
That's honestly your thing, but we're going to talk about that down the road in another episode.
About your weird sex stuff?
No, your weird.
No, I think your shit's weirder than mine.
Potentially, but I guess we will get into that.
The thing is, I was eating ass before it was cool. I used to have that whole corner to myself.
You did. We'll get into that, though, in another episode down the road. This is why you're striking out with all the dudes. I mean, ladies.
One has to get up at bat in order to strike out. You see, that way I can never get shot down if I don't ever ask him out. Pretty good, huh?
Prost!
If you were Oh my God. Why do you hurt? I'd fucking run in the house thinking that we were gonna have some kind of party now, right? Turns out I was just gay. And so was my dad. He was actually more gay than I was. I feel like that hurt my stomach.
What did?
Whatever was in that.
What have you eaten today?
Probably make some potatoes, mashed most likely.
Like in a box?
No.
Really?
A bowl. And then I'll be...
But I mean, are you going to get actual potatoes and boil them
No,
and
I'm going to
mash them?
start biting people. That really going to focus this episode on the potatoes.
I just want to know
right.
what your
You
dinner
really wanna
plans
know about
are.
them?
I
All
want to know. I need a window into the life of your dinner plans because I know you so well. I am personally very curious what you're going to eat when you leave here.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll probably hit 7-Eleven. That's my favorite spot.
That I am aware of.
So I'll go in. I'll peruse the Hot Pockets. Different ham and cheese they have. They have pepperoni. They also have steak and cheese. On a rare occasion, they will have steak and cheese jalapeno, which, to be honest with you, buddy, is my favorite.
That's your jam?
Yeah, it gives me such hard burning shits that
And you like
sometimes I
that.
just hold my stomach in bed and then I cry out to the Lord. And then my neighbors come over and they're like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Get the fuck out of here."
What do you cry out to the Lord?
I usually curse his name
All right.
for allowing me to not have the strength to resist the jalapeno.
Or to process it.
Or to process it, yes. So after I eat the Hot Pocket, right, say like 20 minutes later,
Yep.
I can feel like a shit. Like usually forms in the pit of my stomach.
Why
but
did you
then
start higher by your chest?
I'm getting to that.
Continue.
So I was born with two stomachs, a
Okay.
small stomach and a larger intestinal stomach down here.
Okay.
The shit forms in the small and fucking stomach that I've got, right? So usually it starts traveling and I can feel like a piece of the shit break off right around this area. It eventually catches up to the large mound of shit that's through this area.
Sure.
Not up here,
Yep.
but out through this area.
The shit reservoir.
Yes,
The
that's what a
reserve
lot of
shit.
people refer to it
All
as.
right, fair
Yes,
enough,
very
yeah.
good. The top shit kind of sticks up here for a while, kind of doing a little dance, making me crazy, you know what I
right.
mean? A little samba. All my shit gets clogged right in this area, right through this little, what used to be a V, but now it's just a big, giant fat farm of cottage cheese and dog shit.
Sure.
What happens is I sit on the toilet for about 4 to 6 hours, groaning, rocking back and forth, and agonizing, excruciating pain. Then my mom comes in, brings me some water and a popsicle.
Okay.
And
Ginger ale?
no ginger ale, because that actually, unlike most people, that upsets my stomach.
Got it. So when you find the Hot Pocket that you're going to eat that evening, what's next? Is that all that
I
you
jump
get?
up in the aisle and I go, "Yay, I found it, I found it." And then the clerk comes over and tells me to leave.
Do you leave with the Hot Pockets?
No. I have to go to another store and start all over again.
And you do this every night, and you're not lying because I've been at your house many times.
No, I am lying, and you've never been at my house.
And
fuck
you
ass.
do literally go to 7-Eleven to buy your dinner pretty much on a nightly basis because, and I've asked you this prior, you are incapable of going to the grocery store and just buying groceries like a normal human being. Tell me why.
Well, for one thing, I get furious when I see those fat people on the electric carts.
Why?
I want them to die in the aisle. I want to be able to stand on their dead fat bodies to be able to reach, because I'm short.
That kind of makes sense, actually. You are short. So
I am. And
that's probably the most logical thing I've heard you say in a long time.
It is the most logical thing. I've been keeping tabs. So that's a number. That's like the most logical thing right there. So anyway, their fat bodies, I do want to stack in the aisle so that I can reach the ultimate of the Hot Pockets, which are always hidden on the top shelf for tall fuckers like you to get before me. That's why we need equity in this country.
We need Hot Pocket equity.
That's a start.
Stop playing with the pen. Now, seriously,
Yeah.
tell me why you can't go to the grocery store and buy groceries like a normal adult.
Okay, you really want to know why I can't go to the grocery store? This
do.
is why. So I'll walk in with all the good intentions, right? I'll grab a little basket, little basket to walk around with.
Sure.
And then I just start being like, "Oh, those look good. Why don't I get a couple of those? That's nice, right?" And then I start picking out all this shit. I go to the self-checkout. I steal a couple items because I know they're not going to check, right? The big expensive ones. I pay for the cheap ones.
Sure.
And then like steaks and stuff like that, I just go over the scanner, but it just kind of looks like I did. Anyway, I get home. Within 24 hours, all that food is gone, and I got a little tummy ache.
And you're not exaggerating because you've told me that story on more than one occasion, so that I know that is actually the case.
It is the case.
I will say, with all sincere honesty, you are not one, but maybe 2 steps up from where the state legally allows you to live on your own. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like there's a level of incompetence in which bureaucracy gets involved and you have to live in a group home, or
I'd like to live in a group home.
have visitation, and you are dangerously close, and I think that you get closer every year. Why would you like to live in a group home?
For one thing, I'd like to be able to use a stove. They put like some kind of lock on my stove at my house, so I can't fucking put the gas burners on.
Yeah, that was them.
And I want to be able to take my own tubby. I want to be able to put the water where I want it, scalding hot. I one time burned this side of my whole entire body with just boiling hot water. It was so scalding hot that I actually had a ring of skin around the tub.
Was that on purpose? Because you just said that you want to make the water scalding hot.
Sometimes I scald the water, I yell at it.
That's scolding, and really what you're doing is kind of just exfoliating.
That's what I think.
That's actually a pretty good skin care routine for the person not watching this.
I like to pick stuff. Look at me. I've got to go to the dance tomorrow night.
First of all, I love the dance. The dance is not till Friday. Today is Wednesday.
Can I go? This is really not going anywhere, is it?
It never does.